Legacy indeed. Well, this year marks the 37th annual San Antonio MLK March, and organizers tell us it's one of the largest in the nation. Commissioner Chair Dwayne Robison is joining us now to discuss the march. Dwayne, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me
and talking about this tradition that we have in San Antonio here. First talk about the tradition and the honoring of the legacy of Dr. King and why it's so important to San Antonio.
Well, San Antonio was one of the first cities to really start marching. We talk about this is the 37th year of the march, but the founder, Reverend R.A. Callis, had been marching for years before we officially had a march. So it's been a part of the city of San Antonio's DNA for a very long time, and we crossed the threshold of 100,000 plus participants some 15, 20 years ago.
That is amazing. And everyone is gathering together, not only for unity, but progress. Talk about that.
Absolutely. I was thinking about one of King's quotes this morning before I left, and he said that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. And I would suggest that probably today that there are a lot of issues that's causing that arc to bend still today.
Yeah, and San Antonio is so good about coming together to inspire that change and that call for action.
Absolutely. I get questions all the time of why or how San Antonio has the largest march in the nation, in the world probably, given that we have such a small African American population. But I think it really speaks to all of San Antonians.
Yes, I believe so as well. I agree with you on that. And Dwayne, talk about the march itself. I know a lot of people are concerned about the weather, but you are steadfast that you will be there to march in Dr. King's legacy tomorrow.
Absolutely. As we were talking about before we came on air, at the NFL game yesterday, Kansas City and Miami, they said that was the coldest game in NFL history. We won't touch that in San Antonio tomorrow, but everything is shaping up. It's going to be a little bit cold, so dress warm, dress in layer, cover your ears, wear some gloves, and get you some hand warmers, and you'll be just fine.
Yeah, because the celebration will go on. And talk about that as well, because the march begins at the Martin Luther King Jr. Academy and ends in Pittman Sullivan Park, but that's not the end of the day.
Nope, and we start today. We have a youth basketball tournament that we're doing in partnership with the San Antonio Spurs, which starts at 8 a.m. over at George Gervin Academy. Then we have our wreath laying ceremony at the corner of North New Braunfels and East Houston, which starts at 2 p.m. And then we have our interfaith service today, which starts at 4:30 over at St. Paul United Methodist Church.
And Dwayne, I think it's so important to say the call to action doesn't end when the march ends. You have events to inspire change all through the month.
Absolutely, and we have a special event that we've added that will take place tomorrow over at the Davis Scott YMCA. It's a youth zone. So we've been growing. We had a community awards. We call it a Connections Luncheon yesterday, which honored our 3 recipients of the awards that we give out.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And you have 3 speakers as well this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon.
Absolutely. We're excited about them. They're these Gen Z generations folks, and all of them are activists in their own right. You want to be there to hear them.
Because they are motivating everyone here in San Antonio to inspire change. Dwayne, thank you so much for being here today. And once again, the Martin Luther King Jr. March will go on tomorrow. Bundle up, stand together in unity for our city to honor the legacy of Dr. King. Thank you for being here with us, Dwayne.
Thank you for having me.
All right, while we're talking about